really quick, while I have you. Philo, have you heard about it? Oh, it's the best. They're giving you 25% off 2 months of Hallmark, Lifetime, Up, GAC, the sorts. The movies we're talking about, Philo. 25% off. Philo.tv/DTH. Don't let this pass you by. Philo.tv/DTH. Here's the episode.
Hi, I'm Bran. I'm happy to be here again. And I love Hallmark Christmas movies. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, it's Panda. I like to be here.
It's a quarter after one.
And I like Hallmark movies.
Hello, it's Dan. How are you? I hope you're doing fine. I despise all these movies. I hate it for you too. Good morning, Dan. It's me.
And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
At some point, I was trying to find a word that rhymed in my head, and so I ended up with, good morning, Dan, it's me.
That's a lot for
You know, you started with your own original, and then I flipped it over to We Work Real Hard in the Chocolate Factory from VeggieTales.
That's right.
We worked so hard in the chocolate factory.
We start at 8
And we don't get lunch till 3. That's a lot for a Monday. So
it is.
Kudos to
Coming in hot.
man, but it's Thanksgiving week.
It's the week where we all take it easy
That's
around
right.
like the home.
Next week's the real humdinger.
And
Just
Sunday
you'll be sick
comes
of it.
in and it's a wrecking. Right.
Here's the thing, everybody. You might be traveling this week. You might be going to see some family. Maybe you didn't go last year. You're excited to get Thanksgiving with your family this year. And you're like, man, what do I do all week? I'll tell you what to do. Just download the Deck the Hallmark episodes. Get in your car. You're driving. You're listening to Deck the Hallmark.
I mean, come on.
We are really great companions.
We're super bingeable.
We're
That's what I
bingeable.
hear.
We're bingeable boys.
Yeah.
Case of the bingeable boys.
What? Is that like an Encyclopedia Brown?
Yes. It's like Benjamin Button, but for the bingeable boys. Curious Case of the bingeable boys.
Okay. There it is. Curious Case. I was about to say, how does that have anything to do with Benjamin Button aside from bingeable sounds like Benjamin, but then Curious Case brought it home for me.
It always does.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, Trace?
I want to know really quickly your thoughts on Universal Yums and how it's changed your life.
Oh, my goodness. It's the best snack gift that you can buy this holiday season. Everybody on your list, the picky dad, the curmudgeonly grandpa.
What do you have here?
The kid who's tough to please.
I don't like toys.
Doesn't matter who it is. A box of snacks that they cannot buy in the stores here is what they want. Now, this kid does not like toys.
He doesn't like toys.
Okay, I just want to make sure
He
I got
loves
does he
snack
enjoy?
boxes, boy.
snack box.
Snack boxes.
That's right. And if you sign up for a subscription of, I think it's 6 to 12 months, you can get $30, up to $30 off by going to universalyums.com using the promo code Hallmark. They're the official snack of season 4.
Season 4. Can you believe it?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Indescribable. Uncontainable.
Guys, I was downtown, in downtown, that Greenville.
That Greenville, yeah.
And the town is just a buzzing. But I went.
The tree is up.
The tree is up.
Oh, my goodness.
And I was walking by M. Judson. We were having an event December 1st. If you're in that Greenville, come on by. Cocktails and conversations with the boys. But the Christmas tree is up in front of M. Judson's. It's looking wonderful. It's just a good time to be in that Greenville.
Yeah,
to
good
be
vibes.
It really is good vibes.
Greenville vibes.
Hey, that Greenville's going to come in on my All the Feels this week. I'm just letting you know ahead of time.
Wow.
See if you can put it together.
This week?
Today.
Okay.
This episode.
I can't wait. Well, I guess we should just dive into it.
We should dive in.
We're talking about Nantucket Noel.
I believe it's Nantucket.
Why?
I don't know.
Why do you think that?
I just think it is. I think that's how you say it if you're from up there. Nantucket.
They say Nantucket?
Yeah.
Is this like a Barcelona situation?
Go for it. See what happens.
All right. Nantucket Noel originally aired on November 19th, 2021, and it went a little something like this. The movie kicks off letting us know there are 8 days until Christmas. That classic Christmas countdown that everyone gets pumped for. Andy and his daughter Wink are spending Christmas with his dad in Nantucket. He's recently divorced and really loves to work.
My jammies. Nantucket jammies.
My Nantucket jammies.
In Nantucket, we meet Kristana, who really likes mermaids. Kristina trips and falls on the rotten old dock, and luckily Andy's there with his big old arms to catch her as she falls. Wink wastes no time getting into trouble trying to steal a mermaid toy from Kristina. Kristina catches her and lets her go as long as she helps around the holidays. You know how you always want little thief kids to be helping you around the holiday season. It turns out Annie's dad basically bought all of Nantucket, from what I gather, and is kicking all of the tenants out. They all but they're all being tough about it. He's going to rebuild the dock brick by brick and make bigger, better than ever, and Kristina isn't having it. She likes things the way that they are. She's really mad at Andy's dad and is hurt that good guy Andy may be bad guy Andy. So Wink is helping Kristina in the store, and she's complaining about how her dad is too busy for Christmas. So Kristina cheers her up with some dancing to Christmas music. That is until the power cuts off. Bad guy, good guy Andy knows his way around a fuse, and so he's able to get the power back on pretty quickly, and he uses that as a teachable moment for why she should move. She ends up taking him and Wink and Andy to go Christmas tree shopping, and they helps them decorate it. And Andy's dad, Scrooge, is basically who he is, and he finds out he's not happy about this situation. Daddy Scrooge starts throwing money at all these other business owners to get them to leave their storefronts sooner, but Kristina's not having it. He then asks Andy to talk to Kristina and try to convince her. Instead of convincing her, they flirt, and she talks about her mom and how she's the whole reason she has to shop, and that's why it matters. Now that they've had this serious conversation about life, they can now move on to the important things like gingerbread house competitions. People then start thinking that Kristina and Andy are a thing, and so they start giving Kristina a hard time, and she's like, oh my gosh, I am not into Andy. I'm not into Andy, everybody. Back up. I'm not into Andy.
Are you into Andy?
No.
Not even in Nantucket?
No, Nantucket. Kristana's not in the under. To convince everyone that she's not into Andy, she joins him for a s'mores session. Kristina talks about her ex, and then they talk about how everybody in town thinks that they're dating, and then they just kiss. Despite in this kiss, both of them seeming to want to be anywhere else besides in this kiss. It's time for the annual snowball, which is not as fun as it sounds. It's a daytime cocktail party. Kristana dances with Andy and then apologizes to Scrooge. And Kristina's like, hey, I got some good ideas for how I could stay here. And Scrooge is like, listen, no, and also quit seducing my son. It's a real situation. He says, I'm not budging. This decision's final. I don't change my mind. Kristina's real sad about this, and so she goes to cry and apologizes to her mom about losing the store and the mermaid painting. After Andy tells his dad about Kristina's mom and how that's the reason why she wants to keep the store, Dad realizes that me and Kristina are more alike than I thought. Maybe we're both doing this. I'm doing this for my late wife. Yeah, she's doing this for her mom. You know what? I think the best course of action here is to retire and let Andy figure this out. So Andy decides, now that he's been given the keys to the city, the best course of action here is to still make Kristina move. But to go into a store with her friend Molly. So when they find out around the bonfire that her and Molly are going to be stores, they're all very happy about this. And they all seem to be down with this plan. Kristina and Andy then kiss again. And that, my friends, was Nantucket Noel.
We did it.
We did do it.
A lot of the
everybody.
double-deckers that are watching live right now are really loving the pronunciation of Nantucket. Good old Nantucket.
Good old Nantucket. Hey, let's take a quick break.
Nantucket Jammy.
Jammies. Let's take a quick break. And
Callbacks from the marathon, in case you were one of the
love it.
few.
And we'll break this movie down more after this break. Ring, 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 ring,
Ring, ring, ring, ring.
ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, it's your doctor.
Hey, Doc.
Where you been?
Elsewhere.
What do you mean?
In this economy and COVID?
Do you want to come back?
Yeah.
I'd prefer to do this over the phone if we could.
Are you overwhelmed by the process?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to hang up now. Has that happened to you? I know it has for me. That's why I'm so happy that ZocDoc came a-knocking. They didn't call. They came a-knocking. They said, hey, download the ZocDoc app. Because ZocDoc has you covered. You can find a primary care physician, a dentist, a dermatologist, a psychiatrist, an eye doctor, or any other specialist. ZocDoc has you covered. No more talking on the phone trying to figure out, oh, am I going to go see Dr. Jammy or Jammy? We got it taken care of. And if you go to ZocDoc.com/Hallmark, you're going to be able to download the ZocDoc app completely free. That's ZocDoc.com/Hallmark. Every month, millions of people have been using ZocDoc. It's very easy to use. I've checked out ZocDoc, gone through the process. It could not be more simple to get you back in to see your doctor or whatever specialist you need. That is ZocDoc.com/Hallmark. That's ZocDoc.com/Hallmark to download the app today. And speaking of simple, man, nothing's more simple than Philo. Philo's just I get to watch all these Christmas movies without barely even thinking about it. It's unbelievable.
A holiday movie hub.
A holiday movie hub. Hallmark, Hallmark Movie Mysteries, Up, GAC, Lifetime.
Come on.
They got it all and an unlimited DVR for an entire year. They're going to give you 25% off the entire holiday season for 2 months, 25% off. All you got to do is go to philo.tv/DTH. That's philo.tv/DTH to support the title sponsor of season 4. That is philo.tv/DTH. Welcome back.
So you're telling me that the online virtual doctor company came a-knocking at your door.
They came a-knocking.
ZocDoc came a-knocking.
ZocDoc.
So they do...
Dr. ZocDoc.
They do door-to-door sales to keep you from going to the doctor.
They're masked.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
They're doctors.
Sure. Yeah.
You can trust
I
them.
love it. ZocDoc.
ZocDoc. Hey, great to see you guys.
Oh,
I'm happy you guys are
goodness.
still sticking around. Let's talk about Nantucket Noel. We have 4 segments to do that. We're going to start with a hot take. I've got really good news. Do you remember last week we talked about how GQ,
Yep.
they moved you up. They've moved you up again.
Wow.
Again?
You are now
Top 25?
18th
Whoa.
on the hot
Man,
take charts.
I could hit number 1.
Toddlers everywhere
Babies
are
can't get enough.
freaking out about you.
Yeah.
And your hot takes.
Yep.
So
Yep.
there's still room for improvement here.
A little bit.
Jerry Springer's number 3.
Okay.
And then Casey and the Sunshine Band number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then
The whole band?
The whole band.
It's a hot take.
I know.
Wow.
I know. I thought
Interesting.
it was a sellout as well. And then Lil M's number 1. So
Yep.
you do have plenty of room to move up. Let's see what you do today. Nantucket Noel, what'd you think of the movie Panda?
Yeah, so this movie, I did not have high hopes going into.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of most of Trevor Donovan's movies. Just personally, he doesn't do it for me personally as an actor. And I am happy to report that my expectations were absolutely met in this movie. And this movie is not good. It's a snoozer. The acting is it was tricky. It's a tricky
Nothing
one.
tricky about it.
Listen,
Bad. You just say
felt,
bad.
It wasn't good, guys. It felt like everyone was on Xanax in this movie. Everyone was just absolutely bored. I don't think they wanted to be there. The plot is not a very thrilling plot. There's nothing compelling about this. It's not compelling to me to watch people get paid a lot of money to move out of their stores and then be upset about the fact that they're having to move. Like, I get it. Okay, we're all sad. But then people are recouping quite quickly when they're,
recouping?
Recouping? No, I think they're pumped.
They're recouping.
They're recouping.
And
they're recuperating.
That's the Mr. Coop. Hang with Mr. Cooper.
They're
reboot
recuperating.
They're recuperating.
They're recuperating. And so
getting better from that sickness.
I'm telling you, like, overall, guys, this movie was difficult for me to get through. It was rough. I had to pause it a couple of times to just get up, stretch.
You do a little stretching.
Yeah, this was not a good one for me, guys. Sorry.
It's gonna be low.
Yeah, it's in my bottom 5 right now. It's not the worst we've seen this year, but it's
no Christmas
it's
treasure.
Probably it's not Christmas Treasure, and it's not Coyote Creek.
Yep.
So I would have this probably 3rd worst that I've seen. Yeah.
Well, we went to Nantucket. And I don't want to go back anytime soon. You know what I mean, boys? Here's the thing. I stand by my thoughts from a couple weeks ago, which is movies like this one that could not be more run-of-the-mill Hallmark 2018, where, bad guy comes in and tries to take down the town and stuff. Like, it's just they don't bring it, first of all. Like, there's so many fun storylines we've gotten this year. This isn't one of them.
What?
But then it also there was like, I found more chemistry with anything else. It could have been anything in the day. My son my son and his stick that he was playing with earlier.
You and lunch.
Me and lunch. Not with anyone in this movie, though. I will say, fascinated by our guy, the guy who was the dad in Christmas Treasure.
Yep.
He is a classic C character in these movies.
Yep.
And we talked about how boring he was in Christmas Treasure.
Oh,
and everybody,
my gosh.
He was like, he showed up ready to ball.
Out of bounds.
He was like, let's go, everybody. So range on that guy. He was the highlight of the movie for me.
Which is unbelievable.
One of the worst kisses I've ever seen times 2. And just an all-around not a fun time way to spend your Friday night, unfortunately. So it's too bad. It's also, I don't think it's on the worst for me, but it's down there on the list for sure. And that's too bad. But the good news is, guys, is T-Don's going to GAC.
Yeah.
And so we can go over there whenever we want to see him.
Whenever we want to see a little T-Don.
Whenever we want to see a little T-Don. That's the good news for you, buddy.
Good news.
Next time you want to see T-Don, you know where to find him.
Flip it over to GAC.
I think I'm good for a while.
Call your local cable provider, and they will tell you the channel.
Well, actually,
package.
GAC has a hotline.
Oh, perfect.
They have this is true. If you can't find it, call them, and they'll help you figure it out. They'll talk it through with you. It's a true story. They have a hotline to help you find their channel.
You think they should put that number in the phone book when they come out?
Oh my gosh.
I think they're doing just fine. Just fine.
Maybe Wilford Brimley could come by and tell everybody how to get GAC. Yeah, so early in this movie, the girl who works on the wharf says,
sorry guys, I called it a dock.
It's a
chump.
How dare you? That's what, because you've never been to Nantucket.
I've never been to Nantucket over there on the wharf.
Woman that works on the wharf, she says that the legend has it that if you look out from the wharf into the sea and you see a mermaid, then your troubles will fade away. Well, I am in desperate need of a mermaid because this movie is an abomination. I wanted the movie and the wharf to both burn to the ground. I'm sorry. It was very bad. It takes a special kind of movie for me to pull for the big city guy who's wanting to tear the place down. But that's where I was. Team Bad Grandpa.
What a villain that guy was.
He was
one
worst,
of the meanest people.
One of the worst grandpas on the planet. Doesn't even fake it in front of his kids, his grandkids. He's like, yeah, we got to tear it down. You're old enough to hear this. You just wink. Get over it. This movie's bad, guys. And if it wasn't for A Christmas Treasure and our boy Pavey and the Coyotes, it would be the worst. I have the same place you do. It's really bad. The chemistry, non-existent. The plot, half-baked at best. It's a really bad movie. It is a definite bottom 5 for the year dumpster fire. If this doesn't stay in the bottom 5, then I hate to see what we've got coming up. I know that we're only technically like 18 movies in out of 41, and so that we got 23 left. I can't imagine a world where this isn't a bottom 5 movie. I can't imagine a world where this is not a bottom 5 movie.
This movie's a disaster.
I got to be honest. What last year was as bad as those 3 movies? Coyote Creek, Christmas Treasure.
There's
and
nothing.
This.
That's a murderer's row of just.
That's
awful.
Yeah. That's a dream
worse.
team.
I'll say it. I'll go on the record saying this.
Oh boy!
And maybe
Look
this will maybe
out.
push me to number 1.
Coming in hot.
There's no way you beat
The CCB movie from last year.
If I Only Had Christmas.
If I Only Had Christmas. Not even close to those 3 in terms of worse.
No, we already talked about this on the Christmas Treasure podcast. I still think If I Only Had Christmas, whichever one it is, I think that one's bad. But that's the only one of last year's crop that I would say is in this group. That's the only one.
I think those 3 are worse than our worst last year.
If I Only Had Christmas is just actively it is just bad.
I said it. I said what I said. The three lows that we've had this year are lower than what we've had.
I have no idea.
These 3 are in any bottom 5 we've ever.
They're bad.
They're
almost
bad.
all-time bad in terms of Christmas
Treasure
movies.
is an all-timer, and we've already talked about this. It's an all-timer. Like, it is an all-time bad Christmas movie.
I have no idea what Candace's movie is called or what it's about this year.
Yeah, I don't either.
No idea.
Which is wild. I know it co-stars like one of the Fuller House dudes.
God.
Yeah, that's what we need.
It co-stars Kevin Arnold's brother. It's the reunion you've all been waiting for.
It's going to be wild out there.
It's time for All the Feels part of the show. We talk about what in this movie game is feels. Panda?
Yeah, guys, I hate to say it. I don't think I got a single feel from this entire one. The moments that were supposed to really hit me about the mermaid and the beach and, I felt nothing. I felt literally nothing in this movie. I was really happy when it was over. I remember being gobsmacked by the fact that somebody would name their kid Wink.
It's not her actual
That's not a real
name.
name.
But yeah, I know it's
Not a real
Winifred, but the fact that you would still shorten it to Wink is
I got to be honest.
wild.
One of my, and I don't know if it's a wait what or not, I felt like they were saying the word wink a lot in this
they
movie.
said it a lot.
Like any other person in the movie, they introduce you to the character and they don't say the name of the character every time somebody talks to him. But with Wink, every time they talk to Wink,
Well,
they're like,
that's Wink.
Hey, Wink.
That's Wink for
gonna
you.
do the wink, 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 wink. Like it seemed like it was a high number of Wink usages.
I mean, I like beach bonfires a good bit. Dan?
There's a festival of trees in this movie. And it's not a super successful festival of trees. But the idea of having all these trees decorated different ways is a cool idea. And the reason I think it's a cool idea is because downtown in, Greenville, at the I believe it's the Hyatt Hotel, they have a 2-story festival of trees.
It's one of my favorites.
And it is one of the best traditions. Main Street, you get the Killen's ice cream. You go in there, you go to the Hyatt. You can, it's free. It doesn't cost any money.
You can get a little peppermint mocha.
I mean, right around the corner. And it's got to be 50, 100 trees in there. It's a lot of trees. They're all decorated to the nines.
Some of them are just straight trash.
It is.
Like kids did it.
I mean,
because they did.
But it's wonderful.
Yeah,
it is
it's a lot
as
of fun.
Christmassy as it gets. High recommend. And it made me think of how happy I was to be in our city. Yeah, that Greenville.
Absolutely.
I mean,
You said
come
it,
on.
pal. You said it, pal.
You know, I'm here for it.
Are we judges for that?
I don't know. I have no idea. You're the one that knows this stuff. You keep asking me.
Be pretty fun.
It would be fun.
Maybe we should do it even if they don't ask us.
Yeah, just come by and announce it.
Yeah.
Set up a podium and a lectern with a mic.
Hey, everybody! I've got good news. Hear.
Good new hearty is what you said. You pronounced none of those words correctly. It's a real non-talk situation.
Let's take a quick
I've
break.
got good new hearty. What did you say?
I've got good news. Hear ye.
Hear ye, hear ye.
No, hear he.
Hear he?
Here he,
This guy.
Hear ye.
This guy. Hear me. What I'm trying to say, everybody.
I love it.
He.
Sheesh.
Who? I. Not you. Me. He.
You're doing your own who's on first bit, but only the pronouns.
You know, who's telling you? Is it ye? No, it's he. It's me. Take a quick break. Let's just breathe for a second, boys. Again. Keep up. Wasn't that nice?
Yeah, that was great. I really loved it.
Great.
I have been doing that. Oh, thank you. I have been breathing, taking some time. Guys, I need to take another second. Dan's destroying the set.
It snapped right off. It's a cheap frame. It's snapped off, Brand.
I need to take a second.
Okay.
I need to open up my Calm app. I need to go and just take some time to meditate and to focus on my breathing and maybe even drift off to dreamland. And the good news is that Calm can do all of that. Calm's great.
It really is.
I
It's fantastic.
legitimately love Calm. I'll be honest, boys. After I had my my first kid, was the first time that I ever had a panic attack. The first few days we were just exhausted.
They just send
I
that
had a
sucker home
panic
with you.
attack. Yes, and I'm like, well, okay, now we're here. Chest getting tight. I went to lay down on my bed and I downloaded the Calm app, and it walked me through some meditation, focusing on my breathing, and it helped me immensely. And I've gone back to Calm time and time again. When I can't sleep, I open the Calm app and it walks me through some sleep stuff. It's great. I love Calm. And the good news is Calm is giving our listeners 40% off a Calm Premium subscription, which includes hundreds of hours of programming and new content added every single week.
Unbelievable.
All you got to do is go to calm.com/deck. That is CALM.com/deck to get 40% off unlimited access to the entire Calm library. That's calm.com/deck. Welcome back, everybody. We were talking about Nantucket Noel here on Duck the Hallmark. Guys, are you ready to dive into the Wait What?
Some of the double-deckers watching live were saying that God Wink Christmas. And I got to be honest, I have forgotten about God Winks 2 and 3. God Winks 2 and 3 are as bad as the aforementioned Coyote Creek.
That's right.
That's true. And as well as
Swept Up by Christmas last year, guys, was really bad.
No. They're not in this category. Swept Up by Christmas with Lindy Booth is not in this category.
No, it's not.
There's no world.
It's not even close.
I don't know, guys.
Two God Winks, though.
Guys, I think you are not remembering.
I don't score it badly.
No, I said it was bad, but it's not this bad. It is not
you
this
got to
bad.
say Lindy Booth.
I have to say.
You got to say Lindy.
Contractually obligated.
Yes, at this point I am.
Guys, let's talk about this movie with the Wait What's and the things that while we were watching it made us stop and say, what's going on here? And I'm going to start with my good friend Panda. Panda, what are you waiting? What are you whatting?
So in order to explain this first kind of Wait What, I have to mention that one of my favorite characters in Arrested Development, only it makes an appearance, I think, in like 6 or 7 episodes. His name's Dr. Fishman, and he is the doctor who takes everything overly literal.
Dr. Wordsmith.
Yeah, they call him Dr. Wordsmith.
Dr.
But his
Wordsmith.
name is Dr. Yeah. And he's hilarious.
Yeah.
You always think he's getting ready to say something either overly positive or overly negative, and then it turns out to be the exact opposite.
I'm afraid we lost him. And he's not dead. He just left.
He literally is gone.
He's going to be all right, and it actually is his right hand or his left hand's going like that. Kind of
It's
stuff.
great.
Yeah.
Oscar Biddleman, the main bad guy in this.
Yeah.
I think he's doing his best impression of that because there's at least twice where this exact thing happens. He says, I've thought about revitalization, but now I've seen it in person. I realize that's not necessary. And everyone goes, that's great. And he goes, I'm going to tear down the whole dock.
I wrote down, this is the first time I've looked at your property, and now that I've looked at it, I can say unequivocally it sucks. Like I was going to tear it down sight unseen, but now that I'm here, whew, that's the right call.
Yep,
that's the right call, everybody.
Absolutely. And then later, he doubles down on this, and she says, how can you possibly not love this tree and all this stuff? Maybe it's not my place to say that, but how could you not love the tree and everything? And he goes, you're right. It's not your point. It's not your place.
That's right.
It's just
Got him.
Got him again. I just it's wild that he does that. It's just a
He's
real
the
treat.
one of the meanest bad guys.
He's
we've ever
one of the
seen.
meanest. Yeah,
I just couldn't get over that this guy is this mean in front of his granddaughter.
he is
Like most meanies.
Who hasn't? They haven't spent a lot of time together, from what I
but
gather.
Like as soon as your granddaughter comes in, you become nice grandpa. This guy's like, no. He's just ripping through everybody. Just full capitalism steam ahead.
It's unbelievable.
Did a kid make this town? It's trash.
The girl has The Night Before Christmas in her arms. At one point, Wink falls asleep with The Night Before Christmas.
Yep.
Scene cuts back to her, and the book has miraculously moved from her arms to the nightstand.
Classic.
It's great. At one point,
Real
she
disappearing Kane situation.
It is. It's very similar. At one point, she is upset about moving potentially the toy store next to a notary. And I've got to be honest with you, you couldn't probably have a more ideal next door neighbor, right?
I mean, it's not going to drive a lot of traffic, Panda.
No, but I mean, she goes, a notary.
What are you talking about right now?
No, but think about
If
the
you're
notary.
at a toy store,
How often do you need a notary?
why
I'm
in
just
the
saying,
world?
but why would that be a problem?
You
Like,
want
she was-
someone else that something else that drives traffic to your toy store.
But that whole row had all sorts of buildings up. Like, there were shops literally right across the street and right next door to it. Like, the whole front row. Like, seriously, why wouldn't you want that? No, seriously. No, why don't you explain it to me?
Because it is never hard to find a notary.
ever. You don't want a notary next to you because it's the least amount of traffic of any possible storefront. The least possible traffic.
I don't think it's an issue. If there's a storefront available and
You
there's
want-
literally
this is what
businesses
I,
on that
the issue,
storefront.
the
On
issue
every-
isn't whether or not you said I couldn't think of a more convenient.
That's right. You
Yeah,
think it's
they're
a
not gonna
neighbor.
cause issues. They're
you
not
don't
gonna
think
cause
it's net
problems for
neutral.
you.
You think it's a great neighbor. Notary public.
They're not going to cause any issues.
They
for
They're
you.
not. The type of people that I know that are notaries are the type of people that will, in fact, give you trouble.
I think they're great. Every notary I've ever lived next door to has been wonderful.
That is something.
I
right
stand
there.
by that 100%.
I stand by
And
that.
I've lived through next to so many notaries in my day.
Generations and generations of notaries.
They're wonderful.
great people.
They're great people.
If you're a notary, I'm
Everybody's
sorry.
I hope
everybody-
you guys don't get any further things notarized. I hope no one wants
Everybody's
to
out there
notarize
trying
your
to
stuff.
swipe up that real estate next to the notaries. Oh, they're the best neighbors.
They're
Quick.
wonderful.
Give me that storefront.
I hope next time you need a notary, all of them just say, nope, you get nothing, and you get no notaries in the future.
all right.
Nothing notarized. That's it. And finally, I don't understand.
Guys, I'm sorry to all the notaries out there. I really trashed on notaries.
Yeah, and there's several in the old double-decker group
That's
there.
not, yeah. What my point was, notaries have an attention to detail, and I don't want those people that close to me in my life.
I don't think that made things any better. Literally, you couldn't have been worse at that
Really,
moment.
notaries, if you think about it, guys, if you think about it, notaries are kind of the worst. They're
the worst, right?
If you really just think about it for a second, they're kind of the worst. Go ahead.
It was hot. That's a hot take. I just want to finally, why is he even attempting to work on that power box? Like, he's not an official electrician, right? Like, that's not his
No, he's
background.
not.
Like, that is a dangerous power box. to
They
be
called him
working
Handy Andy.
with. There's no
You're gonna
one.
kill everyone,
You're
Handy
going to
Andy.
destroy. You're going to kill yourself. And
They're
that
gonna
is
put it
that's
on your
bold.
tombstone.
That is bold. I was kind of cheering for it, but well, it would make the movie more interesting.
Guys, I'm not convinced Trevor Donovan's ever hugged a child.
No.
Much less this child, his child. It was the most uncomfortable hug I've ever seen. That guy could not have been more uncomfortable just giving a hug to that child.
It was weird.
I guess I'll hug you, child of mine. At one point, she says Biddlesman. Sounds like a fake name to me. I don't know. It's a last name.
Yeah.
That's it. Like last names are just kind of like that, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sounds like a fake name to me. The little Wink says, he says to Wink, when did you get so wise? You must have got it from your mom. And Wink says, I think I got it from you. In other words, mom's a dummy. I didn't get any of my wisdom from my mom because my mom was dumb as rocks. I got it from you, Dad. That's where I got all my wisdom. My mom's dumb. I didn't get it from her. I got it from you. Dan?
This guy is super wealthy, and he has his own personal driver to drive his Volkswagen for him. Super wealthy, has his own personal driver, Volkswagen. Volkswagen's a great car brand. If you got your own driver, you probably got something better than that. There is a movie theater scene in this movie. We don't ever see the inside of the movie theater, but I can tell you it's the weirdest movie theater of all time. And now I kind of think it's genius now that I'm saying it out loud. They sell the tickets inside. They sell the concessions outside at this movie theater. The woman, the grandma's like, or the step grandma or whatever goes, I'll go in and get the tickets. You stay in line for the popcorn. That's wild. That means you can walk up on the street and buy the popcorn and the candy and not go to the movies and pay the exorbitant prices. Tickets are available inside if you'd like them.
That's interesting.
That is, I've never seen that one before. I don't know. I don't think I mind it, but I've never seen it. The biggest issue with this movie, though, is the wharf as it stands is 100% a hazard and should be torn down.
Absolutely.
At one point in this movie, a character steps in a conveniently placed ice patch, which, if you can see, it's just this one pile of slush that somehow doesn't melt, and steps through the boards.
Right.
Her foot, she's not that big, she's dainty, crushes all the way through a board that is supposed to be holding up an entire storefront over the ocean.
Yes.
It is time to tear the wharf down.
Well, at one point, doesn't he say that it's literally sinking? Like the structure itself is crumbling.
They say the wharf is literally sinking, and her response to that is, that's part of the wharf's charm. Part of the charm of what we're trying to save here is it could kill us at any minute. That's what makes it charming, guys.
Yeah.
It could kill us. I just don't know. They are at this outdoor event that she has put on, and they're all hanging out with friends, and Trev Don's over there with Wink getting something, and she looks at her friends left and right, and she goes, should we start this thing? And she pulls out a microphone and just starts going. It was a full Robert Goulet. Like, I didn't see it coming.
I loved it.
Like, they're just leaning up against the side of the wharf. She's like, should we start it? Yeah. Oh, here's a mic right here. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling as soon as we can. I felt like this is the worst possible use of a X number of days till Christmas that I've ever seen in one of these movies.
It served no purpose.
I don't understand. They say that they get a little bit more money if they decide to sell before New Year's, I believe, or Christmas. Why are they putting up there? And then I think one day they miss it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they did there.
I don't know. The 8 days to Christmas countdown. You guys all have that calendar?
I don't get it. I don't understand it. But I got to talk about this gingerbread contest. They have a gingerbread house contest in this movie. And for the life of me, I cannot make heads or tails on how it works. Because at one point in the building of it, one of the people that are building a house, it's a family, they're making a house, and it looks like Cookie Monster has taken a bite out of the top of their house. Mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense at all, and then we never go back to them. But the weird part to me is that there are no less than 6 competitors. The judges visit 2 locations and pronounce a winner on the spot. Yeah. And the first location is a sleigh, and they're like, yeah, points off for no Mrs. Claus in the sleigh. Why? When does Mrs. Claus ride in the sleigh on Christmas Eve?
That's against the rules.
Never. She doesn't do it.
It's against the rules.
But they take points off, and then they go to the next one, and they're like, this is the winner. Those other 4 people were just here for the fun of it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a moving target.
Maybe they already visited them.
It doesn't.
Maybe.
It said, let's get to judging, and they go to the first 2, and that's it. And yeah, that's all I got.
So I've been thinking about how awful Dan is about the notary situation, because I think you're actually right about this.
Mm-hmm.
They're
I'm awful about it. You said they're the worst.
No.
Okay, you did. I did not. I love notaries. They're wonderful people.
Well, don't try to backtrack now, because they're really generous with their time. They're always like, you know what? I'll show up anytime, any day.
I'll notarize that
to notarize that for you. And they're always wanting to help you.
Absolutely.
Because without them,
yep.
What do we have? So, Dan, give that some thought.
Yeah, I'll give it a break.
That's some food for thought, pal.
It's on me.
That's some food for thought.
Guys, that's what I'm here for. This is the conversation we've been needing to have.
I'm actually opening a notary store.
Are you?
That's how much I love notaries. Yeah. I'm not going to work there.
I'll tell you this: if you open one, I'll build. I'll start my company right next door.
For sure.
Oh, I already did it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's mine.
I mean, he's not going to leave that money on the table.
No, I'm not.
Prime real estate next to a notary.
Dan, again, don't try to
Not here.
butter up a notary.
I'm sorry. That's on me.
Don't try to butter him up.
Okay.
It's time for What the Hallmark is Star Show. We wonder what could have been, maybe having some clarity questions that we still have. Panda?
Legitimately, and I think they say this at the beginning. I missed it. How old are we saying Wink is?
9.
Sure.
Didn't they say 9?
Okay. To me, she is, interestingly, I don't feel like she has the vibe of a 9-year-old in this movie. She oscillates between, I feel like somebody who's younger, with just like some of the toys they want to pick out for her. Like they're just trying to, it's kind of an odd thing. I feel like who she is just kind of interesting. It's just an interesting take what they do with her character. Yeah, I for the record, I thought Wink was maybe the best part of this whole show.
I don't know what they're trying to do with her character. It seemed like a real mess. She's the best part.
Well, there you go.
So one of my favorite C-plot characters, you know, the guy.
Yeah.
Someone look up his name because he's in all these movies.
Trying to start that new theater troupe.
Yeah. Well, they one of the scenes, they like they're inside of a restaurant, I believe, and the scene starts with him just saying, and so then I said, I don't know about that, and that's all that we get of that story. And so I would just like to know, what does he not know about?
His name's Daniel Bacon.
Daniel Bacon, my guy.
I love it.
Shout out to Daniel Bacon. What are you not knowing about, pal? I don't know about that. That's all I got.
Yeah. I've got 2. One is, and this is just a legit question, and the answer may be yes. I have no idea. They say that the holidays are busy for electricians because of Christmas light mishaps. Is that a thing? You think that's a thing? Where like electricians, like their hours go up because of all the lights on people? Like I've never heard of that.
You said it so.
Yeah, no. When you think about like probably overloading the old breaker box.
The old breaker box, all in one plug.
Yeah,
It's probably
possibly
just a
doing
circuit. That doesn't take. I mean, you just go flip it back on.
I mean, but a lot of people might just not know what to do.
Wow. Okay. Good to know. Thank you for clearing that up for me.
Fire hazards
Appreciate
with the
that.
lights.
Yeah. Good.
Big
That's
light,
good stuff.
big
Yeah.
light issues.
The next one is this ex-wife of Trevor Donovan's like, what is she? He seems to be, by and large, before this movie, a deadbeat father. But everything she says about him, she says with the biggest smile on her face. And it's just a very weird, like, I don't understand. She's like, hey, I hope your dad spends time with you. Like, she says terrible things, but says it with this smile on her face. And then when she talks to her on the phone, I don't understand the character. Like, they seem to have the most amicable relationship between the two of them having been divorced. And she seems happy about the fact that he's a workaholic that doesn't care about his daughter. And there's never any nuance in it at all. And I want to know how that was written, if that was just a choice or what was going on there.
It is a choice. It is a choice.
Yes,
Go to Nantucket. Like I'm
just
sure
go.
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Hope for the best.
He'll keep an eye on
He'll
him.
figure it out. He'll figure it
Yeah.
out. We did it, everybody. Congratulations. Nantucket
Nantucket
Noel.
Noel.
In the books. And in the maybe future book, if everybody just buys an album for Christmas,
please.
maybe we'll get another edition.
Get that sequel money.
That's exactly right. We're going to be back tomorrow, and I don't think you're going to want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Maybe a special guest.
Maybe.
You never know. This week has the potential to be quite a week.
Maybe an unexpected guest.
Ooh.
Yeah, see? Right.
I did. No, I'm here for it.
What's the name of that movie?
And I believe in unexpected.
No.
Christmas.
No. The movie we're reviewing tomorrow.
I don't know. Every Christmas together with you is a great one. Christmas for you together.
It is
A
Christmas together with you.
A very Brady Christmas.
Very, very Christmas. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas!
Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast. It's presented by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in, Greenville, South Carolina. Set decor is by Plum at Haywood Mall. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast Network, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com.